y'all, so I wanted to do my first video on Emma Slate. Emma Slate is one of my favorite authors, and she is not only a great writer, but she's very engaging on Facebook. So for a book lover like I am, this is an awesome thing. She's made me fangirl a lot because she's replied to my post on her private group and commented, and also messaged and emailed me personally to make sure that I was gonna get the advanced copies of her books that she was sending out, which was an amazing thing that I get to be a part of this group, because I get advanced copies of her books, and I've already read 2 advanced copies and I fell in love with them immediately. If I look down, I'm looking at my notes. Sins of a King is the first book that I mentioned. Only read this first if you like twisty and dark and you don't know what's gonna happen next, and a lot of mystery and a little bit of love thrown in there. So Flynn and Barrett meet under very, very weird and very, very bad circumstances, but somehow they end up falling in love against all odds, and they take on the world of New York and London and the Highlands and just change everything about the entire place. This book is very, very well written. It has a lot of character development in it, and I will admit that it took me a couple of months to get through this because I had to take a break and get something that was less dark and twisty at times and more cheerful. But Flynn and Barrett are some of my favorite characters that she's written. She didn't wait to throw any punches in the beginning with Andrew, Barrett's brother, being a complete jerk. So just go ahead and be prepared for that to start out and you hate me for a little bit, for at least a couple pages, because it doesn't start well, but it's worth it and it ends well, and Barrett fights for the family that she gains in this book, which is a big part of why I love this book, because she doesn't wait around for anybody to save her. She saves herself and her family. She's willing to do just about anything to save her family, whether that means taking on the FBI or taking on a killer that's killed people and trying to kill her family. This is book 1 of 7 books. The first 4 are about Flynn and Barrett. 5 through 7 are about Sasha and his woman. I don't remember her name. That's horrible. But you'll meet Sasha and Flynn and Barrett's story, and you'll realize that you love him almost more than the other characters in the book, and you'll want him to get his own love story in his own book. He is such a sweet guy. I really wish that I could just go hang out with Sasha and meet him and drink with him and do whatever and just know more about him. So yes, read those, because those are the dark and twisty. Those are the mystery and the romance all thrown into 7 books. They are very long books, but they are completely worth the adventure that they take you on. Now, the second book that I want to mention, because there are a couple in this video, because I've read them all and I couldn't pick just one to do a video about in the beginning. I might go back and do a video for each one of these books, because I am rereading them for the purpose of this video and videos to come. If you don't want dark and twisty, go to the Queen of the Klutz series by Samantha Garman. Samantha Garman and Emma Slate are the same person, if I didn't mention that before. It's kind of confusing, but her books are great. Their books are great, so no complaints here. These are completely 2 different books. They are, Queen of the Klutz is very lighthearted and very funny book. You'll be laughing from the get-go with Sibby losing her job, her boyfriend, and getting drunk with her best friend in the first day of the book, and her meeting this amazing guy that she doesn't know what to do with after. Sibby doesn't really know about life and what she wants to do. She becomes a writer in the book. She takes on becoming a server in New York, which I don't really understand how anybody can do that, and I pray for y'all who do, because that just sounds like a crazy job. Maybe it was Sibby, but she gets a lot of people and herself in trouble and a lot of pickles that she has to get herself out of. But it's hilarious to read and to know what she does and how she does to get out of them. When I read this book the first time, I was a server myself at a restaurant, and I could totally relate to some of her spills and some of her mishaps that she did. It just helped me get through my days as a server. The next book that I want to mention is The Spider Queen. This is by far my favorite book that she has written. This book has some sippiness thrown in there where you're going to laugh your butt off because you can't believe she did that, but the logic makes sense. She's going to have some... Poppy's gonna have some mishaps when she's meeting Thane, and then Thane's gonna have some mishaps when he's trying to woo and get the girl. They have an interesting love story because there's some twists and turns. I don't want to say much to give it away, but she ends up being a bigger part of saving the world than anybody, even herself, knows that she will be. I'm not sure if you will get the second part of this book if you get the paperback copy. I know a lot of y'all like paper books, and in this case, if you get the second part of the book, then that's great, because the second part of the book is as good or a little bit better than the first part. The second part is taken out of the Kindle Unlimited copy as of a couple of weeks ago. I was lucky enough to get the book before Samantha Garman or Emma Slate took it down. She took the second part out of the Kindle Unlimited copy because for artistic reasons, I'm really not sure why. But I kept my copy the first time that I got it because I didn't want to lose it. I wanted to reread it and reread it and reread it, and I have. I've read it 3 times, I think, now. It's that good. Next is Wreck and Ruin. This was one of the books that I got an advanced reader copy of right before my birthday. This was an amazing birthday gift because I was looking forward to this book coming out, and I was so excited about it. This is a motorcycle club romance. I've read Kristen Ashley's books. I've read all of those Chaos books. I know how it starts and know how it ends, and it was amazing. Loved it through the entire thing. There was not a moment in it that I didn't like. So me reading anything that was similar to that was going to be something that I thought hard on, because I knew that I had high expectations. Emma Slate delivered. She went above and beyond what I thought it was going to be. She wrote some very, very good characters. She just blew everybody away, I think. This story is very, very interesting, and you should go and try all of these books out in the future. I will say this book is like no other motorcycle club romance that you'll read, because like Barrett and Flynn's story, like the Spider Queen story, like Queen of the Klutz, their women save themselves. The women don't necessarily need the man to come and save them. They might ask for help, but the women tend to save themselves in her books, and that's something that I really like. Like, we don't need a man to save us. We can get in these pickles by ourselves, and we can try and have a plan to get out of them. Let me see. And also, you need to read to the end of this book. If you read Wreck and Ruin, read to the end. If you do not read to the end, you will be very upset. Emma Slate took some plays from the Marvel Universe Handbook and put something very, very amazing at the end. She teases for more Blue Angels, which is the name of the motorcycle club. And hopefully we will get more of the story at the end in the next book, because I think everybody was praying for that by the end, and you will be too. By the end of the book, you were praying for that to happen. So yeah, all of these books are available on Kindle, and they're available on Kindle Unlimited, which is what I have. I actually found all of these books in this author by an ad on my Kindle, because just like the lock screen had an ad for books on, which if you have a Kindle, you know that that's what they do. They have ads so they don't have to charge you for the extra $20. They're also available on paperback. So check them out. Like, comment, and follow me on the channel. And I hope you enjoyed this very first video of mine. Thank you.